This is Leo. Leo runs his own design studio, client logos, branding, websites, the kind of work that pays the bills. And most days, he's good at it. But there's one project that isn't client work. It's his, a line of his own illustrated prints, sitting in a folder on his desktop labeled simply Launch. He's been meaning to launch it for 14 months. Every few weeks, the motivation shows up right on schedule, usually on a Sunday night. He opens a fresh page, sketches out a plan, feels the old electricity in his chest. This is the week. Monday morning, coffee in hand, laptop open to the folder called Launch. He sits down, ready to finally begin. And then somehow he spends the morning reorganizing his supply closet instead. By afternoon, he's answered every email in his inbox, including the ones that could have waited a week. He's watered the office plants twice. He's reorganized a client folder that didn't need reorganizing. The Launch folder stays closed, its little icon sitting untouched on the desktop like a door he keeps walking past. This isn't laziness, and some part of him knows that. Lazy people don't feel this specific gnawing kind of guilt. Lazy people don't set good intentions every single week and watch each one quietly fail. Something else is going on here. He just doesn't have a name for it yet. Leo built the studio himself, 5 years in. No partners, no investors, just him and a growing list of clients who trusted him with their brands. He was good at starting things for other people. A launch campaign here, a rebrand there, always on time, always finished. It was only his own work that seemed to hit some invisible wall the moment it actually mattered. The pattern had a shape by now if he was honest with himself. Sunday night, fire. Monday morning, freeze. Some low hum of dread the second he pictured the actual size of the thing. A website, a shop, 100 small decisions, a public launch with his name on it. Instead of touching any of it, he'd find something smaller and safer to be busy with. His friend Priya, who ran her own studio 2 blocks over, had stopped asking about launch week months ago. Not because she'd stopped caring, because she'd learned the answer before she asked it. Every time the same story. He'd tell her Monday was the day, and by Friday he'd tell her sheepishly that he'd gotten a lot done, just not on that. One Friday, after the 4th month of this, she finally said something different. "You're one of the most driven people I know," she said. "So this isn't a drive problem. Have you thought about talking to someone about it? Not a business coach, an actual therapist." He laughed it off. He didn't think of himself as someone with a problem big enough for therapy. Just a guy who occasionally procrastinated, like everyone did. But the word stuck somewhere he didn't expect. And 3 weeks later, mostly out of a kind of tired curiosity, he made the call. Dr. Naomi's office wasn't what he expected. No couch, no dim lighting, just a plain room with 2 chairs angled toward each other and one small plant on the windowsill that she was, he noticed, quietly trimming a dead leaf from when he walked in. "Tell me what brings you in," she said, setting the plant down. "I don't actually know if this counts as a real problem," Leo started. "I have a business, it's fine. I have a project I've wanted to launch for over a year, and I have all the motivation in the world for it, every single week, and then I just don't do it. I do everything except it." "Walk me through a typical attempt," she said. He described it. The Sunday night plan, the Monday morning coffee, the laptop open to the right folder, and then somehow, 3 hours later, a spotless supply closet and an empty inbox, and the folder still closed. Dr. Naomi nodded slowly, like this wasn't new information to her. "You keep saying you have no motivation problem," she said. "I actually think you're right about that. I don't think this is a motivation problem at all." "Then what is it?" "Let me ask you something else first," she said. "Forget the launch for a second. Right now, today, is there anything at all you'd be willing to do in the next 10 minutes? It doesn't have to be related to the business. It doesn't have to matter. Leo blinked. Like what? That's the question, she said. Not what you should do, what you'd actually be willing to do. Here's what I think is happening, Dr. Naomi said in their next session. Your motivation is real. It shows up every week, right on schedule, exactly like you said. The problem isn't the motivation, it's the size of the thing you're pointing it at. I don't follow. Motivation is a real kind of energy, she said, but it's not unlimited voltage. Think of it like a spark. A spark can light a candle. It cannot light a bonfire, not directly. If you hold a lit match to a stacked pile of logs, nothing happens. Not because the match isn't real fire, because the match and the logs are the wrong size for each other. So the launch is the bonfire. The launch is the bonfire, she said. A website, a shop, pricing, photography, marketing, your name attached to all of it publicly. That's not one task. That's hundreds of tasks wearing a single name. Your Sunday night motivation is a real spark. It walks up to that entire pile on Monday morning, and it has nowhere to land. So it goes looking for something it actually can do, and finds the supply closet. Leo sat with that for a moment. So what? I just need more motivation, a bigger match. That's what almost everyone tries first, she said. More willpower, more discipline, more pressure on yourself. And it usually works for exactly as long as the initial spark lasts and then burns out the same way. There's an old Taoist teaching I think about a lot in this work, she continued. It says a tree that fills your arms grew from a sprout too small to see. A tower 9 stories high began as a single pile of earth. A journey of 1,000 miles begins beneath your feet with the one step you're already standing next to. That's nice, Leo said, but I don't have 1,000 miles. I have a launch. You have 1,000 small steps wearing the name launch, she said. The problem isn't that you need a bigger spark. It's that you keep aiming a small, real flame at something sized for a bonfire and blaming yourself when nothing catches. There's a story I give a lot of people in your position, Dr. Naomi said. A builder was once told to raise a great wall. He walked to the site, looked at the size of it, the length of it disappearing over the hill, and sat down on a rock, overwhelmed, and did nothing for 3 days. An old mason found him there and asked what was wrong. The builder said, I keep looking at how much wall there is to build. I can't make myself start. The mason said, I never asked you to build a wall. The builder said, then what did you ask me to do? The mason picked up a single stone from the pile beside them and set it down. I asked you to lay 1 stone, he said. Lay it well, then look for the next one. That's it? Just lower the bar until it's basically nothing. Not nothing, Dr. Naomi said. Small, there's a difference. A stone is real. It's a genuine piece of the wall, not a warm-up, not a placeholder. The builder in that story didn't build a fake wall out of tiny fake stones. He built a real wall, 1 real stone at a time, because that was the only size his actual energy could move. So, back to my question, Dr. Naomi said. 10 minutes today, anything at all. What would you actually be willing to do? Leo thought about it, and to his own surprise, an answer came fast. There's a chair in my apartment I've been meaning to fix for months. 1 leg's a little loose. I have the tools. It would take 10 minutes. Does it have anything to do with the launch? Nothing at all. Good, she said. Do that today. Not instead of thinking about the business. Just do that and notice what happens after. He fixed the chair that evening. It took closer to 8 minutes than 10. And something small and strange happened afterward. He didn't feel like collapsing onto the couch the way he usually did after a day of productive avoidance. He felt like doing one more thing, He ended up sketching just for himself for the first time in months with no plan and no deadline. He told Dr. Naomi about it the following week, half expecting her to say he'd missed the point. "That's exactly the point," she said. "You didn't need motivation for the launch. You needed proof in your own body that motion was available to you right now on something that couldn't threaten you. Once you have that proof, it tends to carry. Not because the chair had anything to do with your business, because you did." "Okay," Leo said. "So how does this actually apply to the launch? I still have to build a whole website eventually." "3 shifts," Dr. Naomi said. "None of them are about trying harder. First, when you feel the resistance, that stall, that freeze, stop asking, 'How do I push through this?' Ask, 'What's the smallest real version of this I could do right now?' Not launch the shop. Write one product title. Not build the website. Choose one font. The resistance is almost always size to the task. Shrink the task, and the resistance shrinks with it. Second, the small action doesn't have to be related to the big goal at all, especially at the start. Fixing a chair, going for a walk, drawing something with no purpose, any small, active, real thing can restart your own momentum. Motion generalizes. Your nervous system doesn't distinguish 'I did something' from 'I did the right something' nearly as sharply as you'd think. And third, this is the one people resist the most, because it feels too small to matter. Once you're moving, keep the steps small on purpose. Not one heroic 12-hour push. One product title today, one photo tomorrow, one page the day after. It feels slower. It isn't. 100 small stones laid without stalling will always outbuild one giant push that stalls before it starts. That last one sounds almost too simple, Leo said. Most people don't disbelieve it because it's wrong, Dr. Naomi said. They disbelieve it because it doesn't feel dramatic enough to be the answer. But drama was never the thing that was missing from your Sunday nights. You already had that. 6 months later, the launch folder wasn't just a name on Leo's desktop anymore. He hadn't launched everything at once. In one triumphant week, he'd written one product title on a Tuesday in March, photographed one print badly on a Thursday, and photographed it again the following week, slightly less badly, picked one font in April and never revisited the decision. Some weeks, he only laid one stone. A few weeks, when resistance showed up hard, he didn't touch the business at all. He fixed something else instead, small and unrelated, and let that be enough for the day. He still felt the freeze sometimes, standing at the edge of a task that looked too big. The difference now was what he did with it. He didn't wait for the freeze to pass, and he didn't try to muscle through it either. He just asked the same question every time. What's the smallest real piece of this I can do right now? Then he did that and stopped there on purpose, even on days he had more in him. In his last session with Dr. Naomi, he noticed the plant on her windowsill had grown. New leaves, one small white flower he hadn't seen before. "You've been taking care of that the whole time," he said. "Yes," she said. "A little water, never all at once. It doesn't know how to grow any other way, and honestly, neither do we." Priya noticed before he said anything. "You launched," she said one afternoon, looking at his screen. "Wait, when did you launch?" "Gradually," Leo said. "I didn't really notice it happening either." He hadn't gotten less busy. If anything, aiming small every day meant he'd shipped more in 6 months than 3 years of Sunday Night Fire had ever produced. It hadn't felt like discipline. It had felt like laying one stone and then, almost without deciding to, looking for the next one. This is worth slowing down on because it isn't just a nice story about a chair. It's the actual mechanism underneath all of it. Most people standing in front of a hard task try to generate motivation from a dead stop, aimed directly at the hardest part of the thing. That's the same as trying to push a heavy stone from a complete standstill. The most resistance you will ever feel is in that exact moment at zero before anything is moving at all. But motion has a property that stillness doesn't. Once something is already moving, a stone, a bicycle, a mind, it takes far less force to redirect it than it ever took to start it. So the small task was never meant to move the business forward directly. Its only job was to end the stillness. The chair didn't launch anything. It got Leo off zero. Everything after that wasn't a bigger push. It was a small turn, aimed at something real, made while he was already rolling. This is why just push through it fails so many people, and why it was never a discipline problem in the first place. Pushing through assumes you have to overpower resistance at the one point it's strongest, the standstill. Redirecting motion that already exists takes a fraction of the force because you've stopped fighting inertia. You're only steering it now. Leo didn't build anything out of willpower. He built it the way the plant on Dr. Naomi's windowsill grew, a little at a time, never all at once, one small, real thing after another until, without ever choosing a single dramatic day for it, there was simply a business standing where a folder used to be. If there's a wall you've been standing in front of, maybe it was never asking you to lift the whole thing. Maybe it's only ever been asking for one stone small enough to actually pick up today. Lay that one. You'll be surprised how easy the next one is to find once you're already moving. If you want more of these real Taoist ideas told through one person actually living them imperfectly, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.